know what your mental health needs. You know what your life needs. You know what your soul needs, right? You know what you need. I see so many times people start to feel sad and they start to feel wrong. And I see so many people saying yes to their stress, saying yes to their low energy, saying yes to the break that they, oh man. I see them saying yes so much to the wrong things. And not even saying it's the wrong things, but when deep down inside, you know you need to say no for yourself, for whatever reason. Even if that thing is something you don't want to say no to, you got to say no to it because it's the wrong thing. If it's taking away from your peace, if it's adding more stress to your life, if it's taking away from your mental health, if it's taking away from your time, if it's taken away from you prioritizing what matters, then it's the wrong thing, even if it's from the right person. And so I want for each and every one of you this year in 2024 to stand on your boundaries. When you have an internal yes, what does that mean? An internal yes means that you have prioritized your peace. And there's something inside of you that's saying, you know what? I can't do that today. You know what? I'm no longer going to do that. You know what? I'm no longer going to be a part of this. Or, you know what? I got to do a rain check. Because something inside of you is saying, maybe you need a break. Maybe you need more time for yourself. Something inside of you is saying, I need to prioritize me. And that's okay. And the people who truly love you and care about you and want to see you win and want to see the best you, they might feel a certain type of way at first, but they're going to look at the big picture and say, man, if such and such saying no when I know they always tell me yes, then dang, they must have really needed that no. There must be an internal yes inside them that they really need if they told me no. And from both sides, man, you got to start looking at things like that. Stop taking it so personal. You know, I know businesses that I've been a part of. And when I said, no, I can't do it because I had so much on my plate, they start acting funny. They start taking it personal. Oh, well, Trent, no. But then they haven't taken the time to look and say, man, you know, Trent just lost his mom. Man, Trent just ruptured his Achilles. Man, I wonder what's going on because Trent always shows up and always says yes. So if he's saying no, there must be something going on. Let me have a conversation and say, hey, man, you good? But instead of that, they form their assumptions. Instead of that, they get butthurt. Instead of that, they get in their feelings and start to create these narratives that serves their assumptions. And that's what people do, man. They create narratives that serve their assumptions, right? Without having conversation. But a person that truly cares about you or a business that truly cares about you, when you say no, they might want to explore that no and say, you know what? This isn't like them to always say no. What's going on? Is there any way I can help? I salute your no. I'm proud of your no. I encourage you to say no. But let me help you. Let me help you deal with the things that you're going through. Those are the people you need in your life. Not the people who just want to come into your life and take advantage of your yes. Take advantage of you. Use you, because truth is, and y'all heard me say this quote a million times, most people don't come in your life to love you, man. And it's so true. Most people come into your life to use you. Most people see you as an opportunity. And when you are no longer beneficial to their agenda, they get rid of you. That's life. But you got to start listening to your internal yes. And you got to be unapologetic. You got to be relentless on not going against that yes. When that internal yes saying, hey, we can't do it today. We can't be a part of this no more. You know what? I need to take a break. Your body is telling you something. Your mental health is telling you something. Shoot, what matters most is telling you something. I've said no to things that I want to do, but I know in doing those things, it's taking time away from my family. It's taking time away from those that I truly know love me. It's taking time for making these moments that I won't have back. But some of these people get butthurt and get in their feelings and say, oh, well, Trent's changed and this or that. Not knowing that I have different priorities. I'm in a different season of my life. So yeah, the last 10 years I might have said yes, but I'm in a different season of my life. And so I want to tell y'all that, man, don't you feel guilty for doing what's best for you. Don't you feel guilty for setting boundaries. Don't you feel guilty for being loyal to your internal yes. Because an internal yes often means an external no. But a lot of us, we got an internal yes, and then we go and give an external yes. We say sure when we aren't sure. We say yes when we don't want to do it because we're so afraid to let people down. My ask of you this year is be afraid of letting yourself down. Be afraid of letting yourself down this year. Be afraid of not protecting your peace this year instead of keeping the peace with everybody else. Because if somebody only loves you for your yes, you already know. If somebody only loves you for your yes, that ain't real love, man. That ain't real love. If somebody only loves you for your yes, and you'll see it. That's why I say no a lot, just to see how you're going to respond. I give a no even when I really am going to give a yes, but I just want to see how you respond. Because maybe I feel a certain type of way, like, I think this person only cares about my yes. I think this person is only loyal to my yes. That's it. Let me give them a no just to see. Sometimes people pass the test. Sometimes people fail. I say, okay, I'm just as good as the yeses in my life that I give to you. I'm just as good as the opportunity that you see in me for you. That's all I am to you, is an opportunity. I see that. Cool. I know where we stand. But you better believe you're going to get a lot of no's from me moving forward. Listen to that internal yes, y'all. Everybody in the chat right now, write yes, write yes, write yes. Saying yes to yourself. Everybody write in the chat, no, no, no. Saying no to the things that take away from your energy, your time, your peace. Say no to those things. And you gotta find some confidence in letting people down sometimes, man. You're gonna let people down even when you're trying to pick those people up. You're gonna let people down and you don't even know it. Because most people don't speak their expectations they have for you. See, some of y'all got some silent expectations on you ain't even know about. Some people put some expectations. They expect you to always say yes. They expect you to do this, to that. They expect you to baby them. They expect you to do all that. And you don't even know. And when you don't meet their expectations, they start to feel a way about you, little by little. And the perception of you that they once had changes. They start to think, oh, he ain't like that. Oh, he don't really care about people. That's happened in my life. Oh, Trent don't really care about people because he ain't doing what I want him to do. He ain't doing what I need him to do. He don't really care about people. That's the type of world that we live in. Don't you allow guilt to keep you in a place of stress. Don't you allow guilt to keep you in situations that are doing nothing but draining your life. Don't you allow guilt to keep you in a relationship, businessship, friendship that's a one-way street. Because when you stop being used, you're going to see how they really feel about you. When you stop providing the opportunity or providing the solution to their needs, the benefits, you're going to see how they really feel about you. Because some people are only loyal to the benefits that you give them. And that's it. So say no more. Say no more. Not because you just always want to say no, but say no when you have an internal yes. That's my message to y'all today. Set boundaries. Stand on boundaries. Be apologetic with your boundaries. Your boundaries are set in place to help you protect your peace. Your boundaries are set in place to help you live your best life. Your boundaries are set in place to protect your mental health. Your boundaries are set in place to protect your energy. The list goes on. And every time you disrespect your boundaries by saying yes when you know you need to say no, you lose a little bit of your peace, piece by piece. Until one day you look up, you're drained, you're used up, and they done moved on. So if somebody wants to move on because you're no longer allowing them to hold on to the yeses in your life, let them be. Adios, amigos, peace, sayonara, boom, be gone, vanish. Got to, man. Because I can tell you what companies that I deal with. I said no to some this year, and they whole energy change. Whole energy change. I'm like, dang. And they ain't let me know. By the way, they didn't speak it. They didn't let me know. They didn't have a conversation. They just changed their energy. Just change their energy. I know they had side conversation about, oh, Trent, he ain't bought in. He ain't this, he ain't that. When their lack of organization, their lack of structure, their lack of their power trip of I have him when I want to have him instead of letting me know things. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not just going to jump and skip for anybody. Matter of fact, I'm not going to jump and skip and hop for nobody. I don't care who you are. You can be the president. You can be whoever. I'm not going to do that. If you ain't gave me a plan, if you ain't let me know weeks ahead, if I can't do it, I can't do it. Facts, and I stand on that. If that changes the relationship, then it wasn't a relationship in the first place. And I'm good with that. Closed door. I ain't afraid to close doors. Listen to today's podcast. I'm not afraid to close doors. People think, so that's the thing. People think you're afraid to close doors. They think that you need that door. Oh, they're going to do anything because they need this door. Shh. You better close those doors shut. Because when you close a closed door just leads you to a better door for your life. I promise you that. That's happened year after year for me, day after day for me. It's happened. I promise you. Stop sweating about them closed doors. If people want to move on because they can't take advantage of your yes no more, who cares? That's an energy drainer anyway. That's a peace stealer. That's a thief of your time, your energy, and your peace. The triple threat. Time, energy, and peace. People want to use you, want to take those things from you. So I just want to tell you, man, say no more. Not because you just want to. I'm not telling you to have a cold heart, but just say no. Because you need to say yes to yourself more. You need to say yes to your best life more. Yes to your kids more. Yes to the people who truly love you for you more. That's what you need to say yes to. Because at the end of the day, those are people that's going to be there for you. The same people that you're saying yes to when you really want to say no to ain't going to be at your funeral. They ain't going to send no flowers to your family. And you losing yourself for them. Child, please. You losing yourself for somebody that ain't going to be at your funeral. Child, please. I ain't even losing myself for people that's going to be at my funeral. So you better know I ain't about to lose myself for people who ain't going to be there. Ain't going to come to your grave site once. Ain't going to check up on your kids once. And that's who you losing yourself for. You better trust yourself more. You better be fearless this year. You better have more confidence in yourself. Listen, I'm not going to say I don't need nobody. I need the right people around me, for sure. But I'll tell you one thing. I got confidence in Trent Shelton. That's my middle name, by the way. I got confidence in me. So I'm not afraid to walk alone. I'm not afraid to go alone. I'm not afraid to hit rock bottom because I've been there. I'm not afraid to go to the dungeon where it seems like hell because I've been there in my life. I'm not afraid to come from there because I built from there, from the ground up. I'm not afraid to be at rock bottom because I've been at rock bottom. I'm not afraid. I will not lose myself to please someone else. I will not lose myself to not offend. I will not lose myself to keep someone in my life that doesn't want to be kept. You got to believe in you more. People think when they close the door in your life, your life is over. Don't you know it was a me before you and it will be a me after you? Write that in the chat. Don't you know there was a me before you and it will be a me after you? Don't you know it was a me before you and it will be a me after you? I ain't tripping. It might take a little bit of period of adjusting. Some things might got to switch around. But you better believe I ain't folding, I ain't quitting. Come on now. Saying sure when you're not sure. Saying yes when you know you don't want to do it. Because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings or you don't want to lose the connection. That ain't no damn connection. That's a false connection. Because a real connection couldn't break so easily if it was real. A no can't break a real connection. A no actually strengthens it. A boundary can't break a real connection. A boundary actually builds it. Write that down. A boundary, you're going to learn this and protect your peace. A boundary can't break a real connection. A boundary builds it. That's facts. There was a me before anything else. So you better believe there's a me. That's why I don't tie titles to my name. Like Trent Shelton, this or that. Nah, man. I'm God's child. And you better believe, as long as I got God, I got all I need. I promise you that. I ain't afraid to fail. I'm not afraid to lose it all. I'm not afraid to go to rock bottom. And just because I'm not afraid of that, I build more. I live fearless. Because I'm telling you, man, I done told people yes a million times. And that one no changed their whole perspective of me in their life. That one no, now they saw me as somebody who don't care. Somebody who is selfish. Because of one no. When all those yeses was money they wanted, opportunity they wanted, connections they wanted, my gift they wanted, and I gave it away. And then when I wasn't getting anything back, or I was just tired in the season of my life where I said I need to rest, and I said no, their whole perception of me changed. So it let me know their perception of me didn't change. They were just showing me a false perception of who they thought I was. They just saw me as an opportunity. That's it. Don't you dare be misused by people in 2024. Don't you dare be misused by people in 2024. Don't you dare be misused by people in 2024. You hear me? You hear me? Yeah, sometimes we got to be used. We got to be used by God, right? To maybe be a blessing to somebody or to help somebody. But you ain't supposed to be misused by people, and you're afraid to say no. No can't break a real connection. No can't break a real relationship. No can't break a real bond at all. Actually, no, as I said earlier in this live, no will make the person be like, dang, what's wrong with my dog? What's up with the person I care about? They ain't never said no like this, so they must be going through some times. I mean, they always gave money freely, and they saying no. Well, they might be going through some financial situation. Let me check on my dog. Let me check on my dog. See, a no will have people check up on you and reach out and say, hey, man, you good? This ain't like you to say no. Like, anyway, I can help you. What's going on? Those are people that care about you, man. These companies and businesses and people that just want to use you for your talent, that's why I say demand your damn worth. Demand your worth. Don't let people make you feel guilty for charging what you charge, for demanding your worth. Because I'm going to tell you, once they use you up, they going on to the next. Once that job use you up, they going on to the next. Once that job can no longer use you, they going on to the next. Demand your worth. And don't let them make you feel guilty for what you charge. Ever. And this ain't personal, right? I'm like, dang, what Trent going through? This is just life. My 15 years of dealing with this. I've had people try to make me feel guilty. Well, why you charge that much to speak? Because I'm one of the best in the world. That's why. That's why. And I know your company is a Fortune 500 company. And I know what you pay these other speakers. That's why. And I know what I bring to the table. I know I'm going to connect with their hearts probably better than anybody in the world and have them say yes to themselves. That's why I believe in what I do. That's why. Just because I'm a different race or whatever you think I should charge less, absolutely not. I'm going to demand my worth because once you use me, then you use me up. That's it. Then I'm gone. So no, I'm not coming. No, I'm not doing it. And I don't care what rumor you spread. Oh, well, he don't like to help people because he tried to charge me this. But yet you want something for free all the time. But yet you want me to lower my worth so you can take advantage of it to fit your agenda. Nah, we ain't doing that in 2024. We ain't fitting agendas. We ain't fitting agendas in 2024. Nope. If you see me a part of the greater plan that impacts, cool. But I ain't here to fit your agenda. Hell no. We ain't fitting agendas. I'm sorry, athlete trend that came out in 2024. I apologize. In shape trend that came out in 2024. Y'all getting that 2016, 17, 18, 19 rehab time. I told y'all, today's podcast, go listen to it. Whole bunch of fire. Fitting agendas. We ain't fitting agendas. Go find somebody else for that. Go find somebody else for that. If my worth don't fit your agenda, you will never make me feel worthless. You will never make me feel like you will never devalue me for making me choose my value, because my value doesn't depend on how you see me. My value was already created by who I was created by. See, a lot of you allowing how people see you to determine your value. You're allowing how people treat you to determine your worth. When you already been created with worth. When you already been created with value. You see, people don't like attitudes like this. People don't like when they can't take advantage of you. People in the comments gonna say, oh, you're full of yourself. Because people who want to take advantage of you, they don't like to see strong. They don't like to see fearless. They don't like to see, as I call, don't back down mentality. They don't like that because they know they can't take advantage of that. So you stand on your worth, you protect your peace, you stand on your boundaries, and you be unapologetic about it in 2024. Drop some fire emojis if you feel me. Drop some fire emojis if you feel me. I know today was a surprise live, but I was feeling this message. I was feeling this message. For real. Internal yes. And I want to break that down a little bit. An internal yes is your being. Your internal knowing saying, this is what's real. This is what's true. You listen to that. You listen to that. You don't dismiss that. You don't ignore that, because I'll give y'all some real advice. There's a few times in my life where I ignored that. And I put myself in situations that broke my heart. I put myself in situations where I got used, taken advantage of. I put myself in situations where and I'm gonna blame myself, where I let myself down because I didn't listen to my internal yes. And your life, your discernment, as my mom would call it, will scream at you. Your discernment is screaming at you and saying, hey, say no. And say no. And sometimes that's God's protection screaming at you to say no. That's God's protection saying, say no. It's screaming at you to say no. And you say yes, because you don't want to let somebody down. But guess what? You let yourself down. And that's a special somebody, the most important somebody. Because without you, there is no you. Listen to him, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, it don't lie. That internal knowing don't lie. People always ask, Trent, how did you know? Man, that discernment told me. That discernment showed me. My team sometimes thinks like, man, you crazy for saying no to that. You crazy for saying no to the opportunity on national TV. You crazy. And then something comes out, and they're like, dang, you could have been a part of that. Yeah, protection. Protection. You can't be so thirsty for opportunity, because when you're thirsty for opportunity, that's when you get taken advantage of. You got to be good with being at rock bottom. You do. You got to be good with that. You got to be good with doing it by yourself. Even though I don't believe life is meant to be experienced like that, but you got to be good with that. You got to be good with saying, you know what? Even though the opportunity looks beautiful, something inside myself saying that opportunity ain't right. When one door closes, a better one opens. I will never stop preaching that message because it's true. But a lot of us don't get to the next door because we're still complaining and praying and begging to open up that previous door. We still begging, please open up. Please let me back in. We don't even want you there. They done kicked you out. But please let me back in. And not knowing there's a door waiting for you in your future that's more beautiful, that's more better, that's more peaceful, that's more powerful. But a lot of us see, in order to get to that door, it's a lonely journey sometimes. It's a hard journey because it's unknown. And you don't know what life is doing. And when you live in the unknown, that's when life tests you the most. That's when the enemy tries to get you to fold. That's when the enemy tries to make you retreat back to begging for that opportunity that you didn't need in your life. Back to begging for that situation that was just using you. Back to begging for that situation that just saw you as an opportunity. That's it. And you spend your whole entire life trying to go back and get that. When you got a door that's waiting for you. And that door, yes, the Holy Spirit, yes. People call intuition, believers call Holy Spirit discernment. Whatever name you want to give it. I like to say Holy Spirit and discernment. But you got to know that this is the path we're taking. When the NFL closed the door on my life, there was nothing in my journey, in my present external situation that said, oh, it's better down the road, Trent. But I knew it was. I didn't have no external proof, man. And listen to me when I'm saying this, because this is that real stuff that people don't talk about. I had no proof. No proof. When the NFL used me up, they didn't bring me back. Cool. They had their agenda and I didn't fit it no more. Cool. I respect it. But I had a choice. I can sink or swim. I can keep trying to go back to the NFL like a lot of athletes do, being 35, still trying to chase those dreams that are expired. Or I can say, you know what? Let's take this journey, baby. Let's take this journey, and let's not be judgmental of the journey. Let's not put no expectation on the journey. Let's just take the journey. And I took the journey, and here we are. Here we are. Here we are. And y'all seen it for years, so y'all know how real it is. Here we are. Thank you for the closed door. I appreciate it. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, NFL. I appreciate it. So just know, when you close the door on Trent Shelton, I won't be outside knocking to come back in. I'll be on the journey pursuing the next opportunity that's meant for my life. Keep moving forward, let nothing hold you back. LB, be it, live it, breathe it, be it, and never let this world take your smile. It's the reason why I say those words. Keep moving forward and let nothing hold you back. Keep moving forward, let nothing hold you back. Keep moving forward and let nothing hold you back. Whew. Yeah, I decided to swim, man. That's your choice in life, sink or swim. That's it. That's all you got. Sink or swim. When that opportunity is over, that door is closed, or you say no and they change on you, sink or swim. When life ain't going right, when every opportunity is falling flat, sink or swim. When you're going through health situations and it's devastating, sink or swim. I just know I got a lifeguard in God. God guard my life. So I'm swimming every single time. So I know if I sink, I'm dying. So you better believe I'm going to die trying, if anything. I'm going to die pursuing. I'm going to die progressing, if anything. If anything, going to get my best life. Not just for me, but for those that watch me. My little girl was just in here. You think she ain't taking in this information? You think she don't see daddy working out, daddy impacting? I don't know if she gonna do this or not. But one thing for sure, she see it. She see it. My kids are around it. They see it. They know it. Whether they do it or not, I don't know. They have their own journey. But can they see it in you? Can they see it in you? Y'all gonna see me drop 20 right in front of your face. Doing it, you're like, dang, trending guy. I might be on here with my shirt off in a few months. My 40th birthday coming in September. We doing something big, by the way. So stay tuned. We got a huge event. I want to see you there. But y'all gonna see. You gonna see. So as we wrap up today's episode, my question to you is, what you need to say no to that you've been saying yes to that don't get you to your yes? Your yes of peace, your yes of strength, your yes of your best life. Stop being afraid to hurt feelings, because your compassion, that is so wonderful, by the way, I have it too. But your compassion, your worry, your guilt, and hurting feelings has become the ceiling in your life. It's become the ceiling in your life. You have never got the more that you deserve because you're afraid to offend. Offending has become the ceiling in your life. I'm not telling you to go offend people on purpose, but when you realize this, people will be offended by default when you say no, when you go live your best life, when you set boundaries. I'm not telling you to be an idiot and be an a-hole and go offend people on purpose. Don't take that from this message. What I'm telling you is you got a ceiling of guilt. You have a ceiling of worry. You have a ceiling of offending. That's become a ceiling on your life that's kept you in the same spot. You can't move. It's the ceiling. Oh, I want to move. I don't want to offend nobody. I want to say no, but I don't want to make them look at me a different type of way. I don't want to do this man, what are they going to say if I say no? I'm just going to say yes. I'm just going to say yes. Because if I say no, I got to deal with all. I'm worried. I'm just going to say yes. And that has kept you in the same spot. Be afraid of hurting your own feelings. I'll leave you with this. I got a good friend. He has a business and he has this sign. And the sign and saying says, it's fresh out of favors. Yeah, it says fresh out of favors. And I love it. And I'm not saying you shouldn't give, you shouldn't do for others. Please don't take that from this message, because I will continue to give and help people, even without thinking sometimes, just like I do it. You know, whatever they need it for, that's on them. But at some point, with some people, you need to be fresh out of favors. I need a favor from you. I need a favor from you. I need a favor from you. And then they're not favorable for you when you need something. And it shouldn't be a tick for tack in relationships, but it should be some reciprocation. And so some of you need to be fresh out of favors. I'm just being real with you. Some of you need to say no. Some of you are in financial situations and you can't get ahead because you're taking care of your kids still. You're not allowing them to grow and figure out their life. You're not allowing them to fail and fall on their face, and you're enabling them. That's a whole nother life. But I talk about that in the book too, Protect Your Peace. You're an enabler. And I'm not saying don't do for your kids, because Lord knows I'm going to do for mine. But one thing is for sure, they're going to learn. They're going to figure it out, because I refuse to have them depend on me when I'm not guaranteed to be here tomorrow. I'm going to have them stand on their own 2 feet and figure it out. If they got to struggle, they got to struggle. The struggle will build you. Rock bottom changed my life. Rock bottom has created so much financial security in my life because I had to figure it out. I could have reached out to people, but I said, nah, I don't want to be enabled. And for some of you, you've been enabling people and you think that it's a good thing. You think that, oh, I love them. But the truth is, I know you love them, but the truth is you're becoming their ceiling. You're becoming their ceiling in their life. They will never get higher than you because they can always depend on you to save them. They haven't learned how to swim. We say sink or swim. Some people don't know how to sink or swim, because sink, swim, really, they're being saved every time. You're being their life jacket when they can swim, right? They're not drowning. They can actually swim. They might be in troubled waters, but they can swim, but they don't want to swim because they know that you're going to be their lifeguard every single time. So they have no stamina, no strength to swim. I'm going to talk for like 3 more minutes on this. They have no stamina to swim. They have no strength to swim. So when times get hard and you're no longer there to be their lifeguard, they're not going to know what to do. It's just like a kid that's trying to ride a bike. You got to let that kid fall so they know how it feels to fall. Just like when your kids learn to walk, You don't sit there and prevent them from falling. You let them fall so they can figure out, okay, this is what falling feels like. Let me stand back up. But for some of you taking care of 30 and 40-year-old, 50-year-old people that literally is dependent on you for everything, that's paying for this, paying for that, and they haven't figured out how to do it themselves. They're comfortable in their chaos because they always depend on you. They stand in situations that aren't benefit for them, or they stand doing things and that isn't a benefit for them, or they stand, man, I need to slow down here. I need to make this his own message. But I'll talk about this in Protect Your Peace. Type peace if you want this book. It's coming soon. But literally, man, like, we got to stop enabling people. We got to think that just because I'm helping you means that that it's good for you. It's not. Sometimes help is the worst thing that you can give someone. I'm telling you, especially somebody who is not choosing to try, who's not giving their all. Like, sometimes, yeah, the help is beautiful because it's a person that wants to stand on their own 2 feet. It's a person that wants to figure it out. Those are the people you need to help. Some people you need to let fall on their face and let them find out and how it feels to fall. And if they stay on the ground, they stay there, that is not on you. Stop feeling guilty for that. That's the life that they're choosing. Has nothing to do with you. That's the life that they're choosing. But if they always can depend on you, what happens when you're no longer here is my question. If you love them, which I know you do, you got to teach them. You got to help them. And if they're not willing to take the help, you have to let them feel the hurt. That's how you become a man or a woman in this world. And that's how you figure it out. My financial success, the little bit that I have, came from me figuring it out. Came from me having $200 in my bank account and not going to anybody and say, you know what? I'm going to exhaust all my options. I'm going to go work the jobs that I'm embarrassed to work. I'm going to do what I got to do. Because I know in this process, this is not the end of my journey, but this is the first step in me teaching myself how to swim. And now I'm freestyling, I'm backstroking. Sometimes I got a doggy paddle because the water get high in my life, but I'm comfortable swimming. And if I need a lifeguard, I will call one because they know my call is for real because I'm never calling them. They know if I call for, hey, I need help. They know it's for real because Trent don't ask for help. And I'm not saying that oh, I don't ask for help. Like, no, you should ask for help when you need it, for sure. Don't take it from this. But they know my help is real. I'm not crying wolf. They know it's real because this kid has put in the effort to swim. I leave y'all with that, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Please don't take anything I said out of context. Just listen and think about it. It's rehab time.